Hey everybody, this is Eli here, doing a video today for you on motivation. We're right in the beginning stages of this 30-day challenge where we're doing no sugar, no fruit, no alcohol, getting everything out of the system. And it's kind of an elimination diet, which is something maybe you're familiar with, maybe you're not, but realize every single person you meet is different. Every single second, there are 50 trillion metabolic processes happening within your body every single second. 7 billion liver cells die and then are born again every single second. It's amazing. But everybody needs to cut back on sugar. It's a real problem in America. So by detoxifying sugar, getting it out of your system, it's going to be a really, really good thing. It's going to get rid of inflammation. You're going to feel better. You're going to think clear. So it is going to be a challenge though. So here's why I want to bring this up today in the beginning stages of what we're doing. So I call this the S-curve of motivation. The S-curve of motivation. And here's what it looks like. So you have an S. Let's imagine a really funky S that looks kind of like this. Hopefully you can see that. So here's where you are right now. Whenever you start something, you go to a seminar, you're all pumped up. And because of this motivation is so high within you, here you are right here, you start going downhill. It's easy. You're like, yeah, it's easy. It's no problem. This is about the first week, about 4 or 5 days, because something's new. And there's a lot of research on this now. Anytime there's something new that hits your brain, there's like a dopamine release where you're like, yeah, it's the new program that I'm on. Text message and email, this new information. And they've actually proved that the brain will prioritize a new or novel experience over a pleasurable experience. So even if you're in the middle of doing something that you really do enjoy and you know is good for you, if there's some new diet, some new information, some new email just popped up on your computer, the brain is going to want to hook onto that. And the inability to focus is not a good thing. They're actually proving that Americans, or even people in the world, are becoming dumber and dumber and dumber every year because of our inability to focus. So Gary Keller wrote an amazing book, by the way, called The One Thing. I highly recommend you check that out. It's about, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out what it's about. It's about focusing your mind on the one thing. So for you, for these 30 days, one of the main things, or the main thing you're working on is cleaning up your diet a bit. And realize this, here you are. It's really, really easy. You're going down the hill, and then it kind of levels off a little bit for a while. It's like, it's not quite as easy a little more, and this is when you start to justify. You're like, well, maybe I'll just have a bite. Is this okay? Is this okay? Well, maybe if I just cheat a little bit, one bite, and then right when you get around here, you start justifying, well, obviously it's a food, so maybe I need it, maybe I'm like killing myself, maybe this is bad for me. All these crazy thoughts go into your head, and you start to justify it. And here's what it looks like on the motivation curve. This part right here, after about a week, it's like you're going uphill. It's hard to deal with this. And it's that way for about 30, 40, 50, 60 days. According to Gary Keller in that book, it's actually about 66 days to install a habit. And for some people, it's easier to install certain habits. Some habits, like working out every day, could take longer for you than they would for somebody they look great and they get a lot of psychological stimulation from being at the gym. They get a lot of motivation. People say, hey, they got friends going there. So for whatever reason, to really start to change things, it takes about anywhere from 30 to about 66 days. But anyway, so realize this. Here you are. It's easy. Know that this is happening, and then this is going to happen. So a big part of success in anything is anticipation, to understand the road ahead. So what you're going to need in this area is some support. Grab a buddy, do something, make it so that if you go back on this, you have something to hold you accountable, get some leverage on yourself. Maybe you have to eat a can of dog food with sugar in it if you want something that bad. Something to condition your mind where you've got some leverage on yourself not to eat the sugar, because this is going to be tough. But then realize this, once you get up here, it's easy again, So that's it. Realize this is coming. So here you are. Here's where you're going to be. It's going to get tough, and then it's going to get easy again. All right, I hope this has served you. Talk to you soon.